Now here is the next question. The question here is AB is equal to AC. These two sides are equal as it is marked here in the triangle itself. And AD is bisector of angle BAC. It means this side here AD is bisector of triangle angle BAC. That means this angle here is equal to this angle. We can write this angle as angle 1 and this one as angle 2. Now what we have to tell? First of all, we have to state three pairs of equal parts in triangles ADB and triangle ADC. So now we can write it here in triangle ADB and triangle ADC. What is given? AB is equal to AC. We can write it here. AB is equal to AC. It is given in the question only. And what else is given? That angle 1 is equal to angle 2. So here we can write angle 1 is equal to angle 2 because AD is bisector of angle A. So it means angle 1 will be equal to angle 2 here. And what else do we have? We have one of the side as common side between both the triangles, and that is AD. So we can write it here, AD is equal to AD, and in the reason we will write common side. So now these are the three parts or three pairs of equal parts of triangle ADB and ADC. Now the second question here is triangle ADB congruent to triangle ADC? Now what do you think about these two triangles? In triangle ADB, we have seen that AB is equal to AC and AD is equal to AD as it is a common side, and angle included between AB and AD of triangle ABD is angle 1, and that is equal to angle included between the sides AC and AD of triangle ADC, and that is angle 2. So here we have angle 1 is equal to angle 2, and these are the angles included between the sides we are considering. Now from triangle ABD we are considering sides AB and AD, and angle 1 is included angle. Same is the case for angle 2 also. So it means here we can directly say triangle ADB is congruent to triangle ADC by SAS criteria. Now the third question here is angle B equal to angle C? Now what do you think about this? Here we know now triangle ADB is congruent to triangle ADC. Now what about corresponding angles? Are they going to be equal? Yes, they are going to be equal only because triangles are congruent. And we know if two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding parts are equal. So it means we can say angle B is equal to angle C by CPCT. And what is CPCT? It is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Now let's see one more question. The question here is which angle is included between the sides DE and EF of triangle DEF? So for that, let's draw a rough sketch of triangle DEF. Let's say here is triangle DEF. This is D, this is E, and this one is F. Now we have to tell angle between DE and EF. So here is DE and there is EF. So this is the angle included between these two sides. So it is angle E, or we can say it as angle DEF, or we can write it as angle FED. So it is basically angle E, which is the included angle between these two sides DE and EF. Now here is the next question. By applying SAS congruence rule, you want to establish that triangle PQR is congruent to triangle FED. It is given that PQ is equal to FE and RP is equal to DF. Now what additional information is needed to establish the congruence relation? So first of all, let's draw rough sketches of both the triangles. So here is triangle PQR. Let's say it is P, this is Q, and this is vertex R. And we need one more triangle, it is FED. Let's say here is triangle FED. This is F, here is E, and this one is D. So now we are having two triangles PQR and FED, and it is given that PQ is equal to FE, that is this side PQ is equal to FE, this side, and RP is equal to DF. Here is RP and this is equal to DF, that is this side. Now what else do we need? How can we use SJS criteria here? We need one angle for that. And which angle do we need? We need the angle included between the sides we are considering here. The sides are PQ and PR. So angle included between them is angle P, that is this angle here. And from triangle FED, we are considering sides FE and FD. So angle included between these two sides will be angle F. So it means now we need angle P is equal to angle F. If this is given to us, then we can simply use SJS criteria and we can state that these two triangles are congruent triangles. So the additional information required is angle P should be equal to angle F. Now let's see this question. Here two triangles are given, triangle ABC and triangle DEF. And it is given AB is 2.5 centimeters and DE is also 2.5 centimeters. Here AC is 2.8 centimeters and DF is 2.8 centimeters. Here angle A is 80 degrees and angle D is 70 degrees. We have to tell whether these two triangles are congruent or not by using SJS criteria. And if they are congruent, then we have to write the congruency relation symbolically. So here we are having AB is equal to DE, that is fine, and AC is equal to DF. Two of the side lengths of triangle ABC are correspondingly equal to two side lengths of triangle DEF. Now what about the angles included between these sides? Are they equal? No, the angles are not equal. Here angle A is 80 degrees and angle D is 70 degrees. So we can say angle A is not equal to angle D, that is the included angles are not equal. Hence we can't use SJS here. So therefore these two triangles are not congruent. Now here is one more pair of triangles. We have to check whether they are congruent or not. Now let's see what is given here in this triangle. AC is given as 2.5 centimeters and here PR is given as 2.5 centimeters. Here angle C is 35 degrees and here angle P is 35 degrees. And BC is 3 centimeters and PQ is also 3 centimeters. So first of all, let's start writing now. Now in triangle ABC and triangle RPQ, AC is equal to PR. We can write it here. AC is equal to PR and they both are equal to 2.5 centimeters. And then we have angle C is equal to angle P. Angle C is equal to angle P and they are equal to 35 degrees. And then we have BC is equal to QP. They are 3 centimeters each. So we can write it here. BC is equal to QP and they are 3 centimeters. Now see here, in triangle ABC, two side lengths we are considering are AC and BC. So the angle included between these two sides is 35 degrees, which is angle C. and from triangle RPQ we are considering RP and QP, and the angle included between them is also 35 degrees. So here we are having two of the side lengths of triangle ABC are correspondingly equal to two side lengths of triangle PQR. And what else do we have? The angle included between these sides which we are considering are also equal. They both are 35 degrees each. So it means by SAS criteria we can say these two triangles are congruent. So let's write it here by SAS. These two triangles are congruent. Now how to write congruency relation? For that what we need corresponding vertices. So here one of the angles, angle C is equal to angle P. So it means C is corresponding to P. These two vertices corresponds each other, and then AC is equal to PR. So here AC is 2.5 centimeters and this is equal to PR. Now vertex opposite to AC will be B. So it means B corresponds to vertex opposite to PR, and that is Q. So now we are left with vertex A from here, and from here we are having R. So A corresponds to R. So it means we can write by SAS triangle ABC is congruent to triangle RQP. So it will be RQP. So now this is the congruence relation. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle RQP. Now here is one more pair of triangles. So here we are having triangle DEF and triangle PQR, in which DF is equal to PQ and they are 3.5 centimeters, and angle F is equal to angle Q, they are 40 degrees each, and EF is equal to RQ, they are 3 centimeters each. So now we can write for this triangle, in triangle DEF and triangle PQR, what we are having, DF is equal to PQ, and then we are having angle F is equal to angle Q, angle F is equal to angle Q, and what else do we have? We have EF is equal to QR. So we can write it here, EF is equal to QR. Now what do you think? Can we apply SAS criteria here? For that we need two side lengths of one of the triangles should be correspondingly equal to the two side lengths of another triangle, and which is satisfied here. As we can see, DF is equal to PQ and EF is equal to RQ, and the angles included between these sides should also be equal, and here also they are equal. That is, angle F is 40 degrees and angle Q is 40 degrees. So angle F is equal to angle Q. It means now these two triangles are congruent. Now how to write this congruency relation symbolically? For that we need corresponding vertices. So here angle F is equal to angle Q. So it means we can write that F corresponds to Q, and DF is equal to PQ. Here is the DF. So vertex opposite to DF is E. So E will correspond to vertex opposite to PQ, and that will be R. So E corresponds to R. Now from triangle DEF we are left with vertex D. Here is vertex D. It will correspond to vertex P, because from triangle PQR we are left with vertex P only. Now we can say by SAS triangle DEF is congruent to triangle PRQ. So it will be PRQ. So now here is the congruency relation represented symbolically. So this is how we have to write congruency relation. We have to be very careful while writing congruency relation, because from this congruency relation now we can tell that angle D is equal to angle P, angle E is equal to angle R, and angle F is equal to angle Q. And DE will be equal to PR, EF will be equal to RQ, and DF will be equal to PQ. From this relation itself, we can give many information now. Now let's consider this figure. Two triangles are given here, triangle PQR and triangle PSR. So let's start writing in triangle PQR and triangle PSR. What we are having, PQ is equal to RS. So let's write it here, PQ is equal to RS, and they are equal to 3.5 centimeters. What else do we have? Angle P of triangle PQR is equal to angle R of triangle PSR. So it means we can directly write angle P is equal to angle R, and they are 30 degrees each. What else do we have? Is there any other side which are equal in both the triangles? Yes, we have one side, as we can see here. PR is the common side, so we can write PR is equal to PR, and for reason we can write common, as PR is the common side to both the triangles. Now can we use SAS criteria here? First let's see which are the sides we are considering. From triangle PQR we are considering PQ and PR, and the angle is the included angle. So it means here the condition is satisfied. Now let's check for triangle PSR. The sides we are considering are SR and PR. So here also the angle we have taken is the included angle. So here also angle we have taken is the included angle. So it means SAS can be applied here. So by SAS we can say that these two triangles are congruent. Now the thing is how to write congruency relation. For that we need correspondence between vertices. Now as we can see here, angle P is equal to angle R. So it means vertex P corresponds to vertex R, and PQ is equal to RS. So here is PQ. Vertex from triangle PQR, which is opposite to PQ, will be R. So it means R corresponds to vertex opposite to RS of triangle PSR. So it will be vertex P. So R corresponds to P. Now we are left with Q from here, from triangle PQR, vertex Q is remaining, and from triangle PSR, vertex S is remaining. So it means now we can say by SAS, triangle PQR is congruent to triangle. For P we have to write R, and then for Q we have to write S, and then for R we have to write P. So it will be RSP, triangle RSP. This has to be the order of vertices while writing congruency relation symbolically. The question here is, in this figure given here, AB and CD bisect each other at O. So here two line segments are given, AB and CD, and they are bisecting each other at this point O. So it means AO is equal to BO and CO is equal to DO. We have to state three pairs of equal parts in two triangles AOC and BOD. So here we can write in triangle AOC and triangle BOD. We have to write three pairs of equal parts. Now as we can see, AO is equal to BO. One thing is AO is equal to BO. And then we have CO is equal to DO. We have one more thing, CO is equal to DO. Now what should be the third thing which is common between both the triangles, or which is equal for both the triangles? Can we have any angle? Yes, we can have one angle, that is this angle is equal to this angle here. Let's name this as 1 and let's take this as 2. So here angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Now why they are equal? They are equal because they are vertically opposite angles, and we have studied that vertically opposite angles are always equal. So now let's write it here. Angle 1 of triangle AOC is equal to angle 2 of triangle BOD. And why they are equal? Because they are vertically opposite angles. So we have to write it here, vertically opposite angles. So these are the three pairs of equal parts in two triangles AOC and BOD. Now the second question here is, which of the following statements are true? The first statement is triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD, and the next one is triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. The first one is triangle AOC is congruent to triangle DOB, and the second one is triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. So basically what we have to do now, we have to get symbolically representation or symbolic representation of congruency relation. So here we are having angle 1 is equal to angle 2, that is this angle O is equal to angle O. It means angle O of triangle AOC is equal to angle O of triangle BOD. So it means O corresponds to O. What else do we have? We have AO is equal to BO, and we have CO is equal to DO. Now AO is equal to BO. What is the vertex opposite to AO for triangle AOC? It will be C. So now C corresponds to vertex opposite to BO from triangle BOD, and that will be vertex D. Now from the first triangle AOC we are left with vertex A, and from the second triangle BOD we are left with vertex B. So now it means A corresponds to B, C corresponds to D, and O corresponds to O. So now we can write it here by SAS. Here we are using SAS criteria because we can see here two sides of triangle AOC are correspondingly equal to two sides of triangle BOD, and the included angles are also equal, that is angle 1 is equal to angle 2, as they are vertically opposite angles. So now the relation will be like this by SAS. So now symbolic representation of congruence relation will be like this. Triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD because A corresponds to B. So we will write B first, and then we have O, and O corresponds to O. So it will be O here, and then we are having vertex C, and C corresponds to D. We will write D here. So it is triangle BOD. So here we are having triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. Therefore answer for the second question will be option B. That is triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. This statement is the true statement. You can write it here, true. So in this session we have learned one more congruency criteria, and that is SAS. How we can use SAS and when we can use SAS? We can use SAS when two sides of one triangle are equal to two sides of the another triangle, and the angles included between these sides should also be equal. Remember one thing, angle should be the included angle. We can't use any other angle. Then we can't use SAS for that. And we have seen many questions on SAS criteria. Now in upcoming videos we are going to discuss couple of more criteria for congruency of triangles.